Hey, what's up? What's up, YouTubers? What's up? I mean, yeah, YouTubers and everybody. This is your man Rico, the opinionist. Welcome to my channel. You can like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to do so. And this is a channel where I express a lot of opinions. Express opinions about quite a few things. And if you listen long enough, you'll see a lot of my leanings are towards what happens to black men. But I talk about a plethora of things, but mainly on here, black men, black boys, our issues, what's going on with us, or things that impact our lives. And also, this YouTube channel serves as a place where black men can come and express their thoughts about whatever's going on. Because I talk about a lot of stuff, but mainly I am an opinionist. And so the latest thing to come down the pike is a man who's been referred to or known as the Godfather or Uncle Kev, the Godfather of the Black Manosphere in the YouTube land. Kevin Samuels, who just went viral for saying these two words, sweetheart, you're average. Uh, you're gonna die alone. Not in that order, but it was said in a paragraph to this lady who believes that she deserved top tier, high value black men or men, period, when she herself says that she's a five in the face, but when she puts her makeup on, she's a six. Okay. Well, there's a lady who called into a show because I was checking out all the blogs and trying to get as much information as I can about this. A lady who's called into his show is now saying that she is suing Kevin for I guess breach of trust, meaning that he allegedly said to her, "Lady, show your face so I can see if you're a real person. Okay, you'll just show it to me." And then she said that he showed her face on YouTube, and that upset her. And uh, yeah, and now after a month or so later, after the so-called you're right at average, you're just average, that woman decides to jump in on a damn lawsuit. I'm like, come on, lady, you've already gone viral. Um, you've already absorbed the attention from your video, but somehow now you're jumping in on this one. And so the lady is claiming, I guess, she was taken advantage of when she knows the format of the show. And of course, people have been weighing in on it, and I just want to share my 2 cents. Uh, the lawsuit itself is BS, but let's talk, fellas, for a minute. See, we are black men in America. We are heterosexual, masculine black men in America, and so for years, women have been able to say whatever they want to say about us on all of the various platforms, from the '80s to the '90s and up to now. But up until the last 5 or 6 years, something amazing happened. And that is social media. Black men have found their way to social media. Probably a little quicker than that, because I think Tommy was on in 2012. So probably longer than that, in the last 12, 13 years. Black men have been finally provided a voice where we can express our concerns about politics, about religion, about relationships, and express how we feel about black women's behavior. See, it don't mind us talking about politics, religion, and all of those things. But when you start becoming specific about somebody you're talking about, the way they were for the past 40 years, talking specifically about black men. They aren't eligible enough for us. They're not educated enough for us. They're not free, walking around free enough, because a lot of them, most of them, are incarcerated. They're on the down low, or they're in a gang, or they're dead. Yeah, that's pretty much what's being said. So now that you hear the voices of black men, we're not dead. We're not. A majority of us not shit. Not even a majority. We're not, a percentage, this much of a percentage, probably gay, and probably this much of that small percentage probably down low. Now, if you go to Atlanta or somewhere, you'll think damn near every brother on the planet is there, but that's just one little city compared to 20 million, possibly 20 million black men. But the name of the game is thou shalt not call out the behavior of black women. And this is not a me against us. I'm just sharing information how this thing has come about. What Samuels talks about on his show is what black men have said in private for decades, because we didn't have the platforms or the microphones to say where other people can hear us say these things. And what he does on his show is highlight the attitudes of the very women that the average man deals with on a daily basis. What Kevin Samuels does on his show through wonders of social media is amplify what we've been going through as black men for decades. And now he said some things that people have been saying in private. That you ain't cute, you ain't all that. But he says in a more eloquent way, sweetheart, if you want to be qualified, consider yourself to be qualified for this level of man, well, this is what this level of man expects in a woman. He's not talking about average guys, but see, what he does is he talks about the very narcissistic ego of many of today's women, particularly, he's talking about black women, because they're the lowest ones who are getting married, and they don't understand why. I have my degree, I have a lot of money in the bank, I have a 2-story house, but yet no one wants to marry me. Why am I at the bottom of the marrying totem pole? He explains every night. All you have to do is this: watch the show and listen to the calls. I'm a PhD. I got my stuff together. I deserve the men who make $10 million or $350,000. Oh yeah, my dress size is a 20, but it's okay. I have a PhD. I have a law degree. I'm an RN. See, they say all of these things to the average guy. And this man has created a niche where he questions that and begins to educate them on what men of higher value actually want. And he's telling the truth. If I win the lottery tomorrow, do you think I'm going to go out and buy an old or a used yacht? It's called having choices. But these same women talk to average guys who have not been taught that they are a valuable commodity, even if they're, as Kevin says, a blue-collar Henry. They still have the right to choose. And women have been working so desperately to make sure that we don't have the knowledge that we have the right to choose. Oh, they've done all the shaming tactics. So I said all that to say, to give you some insight of what Kevin is talking about, and women don't like it. They don't like that there's a black manosphere. They don't like that there's a such thing as red pill knowledge. Do you remember the movie The Matrix? For those of you who don't understand red pill. Keanu Reeves was offered by Morpheus, played by Lawrence Fishburne. Would you want the blue pill, which is idealism in the way and how things you want them to be, or how they're presented to you in such a rosy, pretty way? Do you want the blue pill, or do you want the actual knowledge of how things really are and the logic to be able to analytically dissect and to make an assessment of what's really going on? Do you want the ugly truth? And so that's what red pill knowledge is. If you want to remain asleep and be an empty moon head, well, take the blue pill. We have a lot of blue pill black men out here because they're raised under what's called matriarchal society called women. Well, matriarchy means women. Past 40 some odd years, over 80% of black children are raised by women. So it's kind of difficult for guys, for even guys, to hear what Kevin is talking about. For those of us who understand logic and who are more in tune with our masculinity and our manhood, we understand what he's saying. For those two women, they represent a lot of women who are upset. So they're coming out scratching and clawing to make sure his voice is silenced. And they think this is going to be some kind of Dr. Martin Luther King move. If you kill the messenger, the message will be lost on those who are paying attention to the message. No, it's not. Y'all can go out and attack Kevin all you want. The rest of us are already been here. We're already here. You take him out, you have about 5,000, 10,000 more mini brothers that you have to contend with. Because after 2020 was the mark at the beginning, really 2016, of the awakening to black male. Now, this is not anti-woman, anti-anything. They have feminism. That's anti-everything that's masculine. What we're saying is, sisters, we love you, but we need you to act like women. And this is how you need to behave. We don't care about your money. We want you to act, like a sweet little honey. And it goes deeper than that. We'll have that conversation later. But those two women now, they want to try to sue. And the lawsuit is all about hurt feelings. And there are a lot of women who are big upping those women. And guess what? There are a lot of punk ass dudes, blue pill, manginas, who are also celebrating the lawsuit. I know you are because you're a hater. I've seen so-called exposed Kevin videos. But it's all right. I don't pay attention to them. I think I watched a couple. I'm like, okay, what in the hell does any of that have to do with the truth he's telling? See, y'all can throw around he's gay all day long. That stuff doesn't work. I'll say anymore. Before black men got into save yourself, black man, or MGTOW, or intelligent black men, or reform, all these things that are become cerebral to black men. We understand that it's the American culture that's got so many women toxic. We understand this. And to say that black men aren't getting married, well, we are, but not to the toxic women. We're moving forward. And the feminists know this. So they're working hard, even politically, to make sure that straight black men who are free thinking black men, shout out to Coach Greg Adams, free agent lifestyle black men, to make sure that we don't grow any further. But you can't stop it. I use my channel, even though I talk about a plethora of things, I'm always talk about the importance of black men standing up for each other, standing up for black boys, standing up for our lives, standing up for us politically. So those two ladies who want to try to sue Kevin, and then what? Nothing. I'm going to tell you right now, nothing. You're not going to discourage this movement. And it is a movement. It is a movement to reclaim our righteous minds, to reclaim our families, to reclaim what blackness really is, to reclaim black love. And I know the feminists don't want it. And if you're an angry bitch, an angry feminist, just move out of the way because we're going to steamroll past you. We don't care about your insults. You can't shame me. You can't shame any man who's confident in who he is and who's educated on what a man is and what a woman is. A lot of these guys, there are guys out here who still think through the eyes of their mothers, their grandmothers, their sisters, their daughters, or whoever, whatever chick that they screwing tonight. See, men understand that sex is like a reward after we've accomplished goals. It's not something that we need every day. You understand? So anyway, Kevin, we got you, bro. The Black Manosphere keep forging ahead, and more and more and more of us are joining with our own platforms, talking about similar things. I talk about opinions, but my opinions are kind of, all about what's going on with black men. So, good luck with your lawsuit, ladies. Whether you win or lose, it's not going to affect a goddamn thing because we're still going to be here and we're gaining traction. We're gaining numbers. I know you can't stand it, but here's the thing for you: for those women who hate men like Kevin Samuels or who are even upset with the brother Kevin Kelton here in Dallas, who told you if you're gonna stand on my furniture, you don't like the rules, so you can get the fuck out. See, that right there is what feminists don't want to hear. Black men finally checking your ass in public for your bad behavior. Again, this is not us against them. It's not. Because there are a lot of pretty women, a lot of logical women who understand what we're doing. And they're doing what feminine women do. They're standing back and allowing the men to fight. You understand how this works? Go look at history. Look at your grandma who was with your granddad for 45 years. You think she stood up with a fist ball all day long? Talking down? I'm not going to cook a damn thing. You get up. I have a PhD. I have a law degree. I'm an RN. I work 12 hours just like you do. Okay. Well, that's cool. But we know we have choices. No, I'm not a high value black man economically. So I have high self-esteem. I'm working on my Blue Henry status. But before this year is out, I'm going to make it up to high value. But even as a blue collar Henry, I still have choices. I still have options, and I always will exercise those options. But anyway, thank y'all for listening. This is Rico the Opinionist. Just dropped another opinion on you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Mess with me on that Cash App and that PayPal. Until the next opinion. Uh, thank you for listening. Peace.